am stupid. I am stupid.
Considering my last race video was titled "This is the End," you might be wondering what I was doing out at Silverstone at the weekend. I can assure you, it wasn't planned. I had no idea I would be there. My XJS is in fact pretty poorly, and at this point I had decided to stop racing in order to find ways to fix it. Just like that, I was back in the game. No pink apparel required, I would be in the Swallows XJS. And the cherry on the icing on the cake would be the chance to drive Simon Lewis's monster V12 in the Modern Classics. What could possibly go wrong with that? So let's get straight into the Jag races, and the first Jag race at Silverstone, although it was enormous fun to take part in, it was more for comedy value than competitive.
What are you doing?
Nope.
Bruh.
For my part, although I was of course having a lovely time driving a lovely car, I wasn't really having any impact on the overall order, and whenever I thought I might, one of them horrible straight things turned up.
Bye, have a great time!
The race up front was actually a really good close one. The problem is I can tell you that because I spent 20 minutes looking at it. I couldn't really do much about anything or anyone, but I did manage to get one move done at least towards the end of the race on Rick Walker, which, you know, was fine. So although the wider Jag racing was excellent, my race is quite easy to summarise. And so with the second Jag race came another opportunity for us to have a nice clean start where everybody behaved like grown-ups.
This looks like a Jag race to me, boys! I don't think James is going to let you through there, Jack. Oh, this is very crunchy. Very crunchy.
The second race followed the same pattern as the first, being fast, furious and bloody brilliant.
Jack's off.
Bye-bye!
This is what you would go Jag racing for. It was lunacy and it was kicking off everywhere. Unfortunately, once again, I was a distant spectator.
I fucking love Jag races when they're like this. I wish I could get involved. I wish I had something underneath me that let me get involved in that. I would be fucking loving it. But, you know, what's happened here? Something's gone. Something's gone. This is a mechanical, I don't know what.
Whilst I was retiring with a broken gearbox mount, Simon Lewis was having the drive of his life, taking the monster V12 to a glorious overall race win. Even more remarkable considering the condition in which I'd left the car the day previous. Right, modern classics mixed with future classics. You know how this works, right? Anything from the 70s, 80s and 90s. One big grid, furiously fast at the front. In my car, breaching the top 10 of this grid would have been a significant achievement. However, in Simon's amazing V12, the ambitions were somewhat loftier. The top three, comprising a Nissan Skyline, TVR Tuscan and BMW E36 M3, I knew would be away and up the road, but anything else out there was fair game. It was actually quite tricky to adjust to the fact that we were going really fast because she was a stubborn old Hector and could not be grabbed by the scruff of the neck like my car or the Swallows car. You had to be super patient, wait for the throttle and then let the engine carry you to lap time, which was a very new experience for me. But even if it felt slow, the evidence was clear in the very fast cars that were behind me and not in front. But this gave me an entirely new problem.
Wing mirror has completely gone now, that's no use.
You see, Simon has no centre mirror in the XJS, which is fine, because we've all driven a van before, right? You use the wing mirrors. Well, no. The wing mirrors were about as much use as tits on a fish. They were hopeless, and now I'd put myself in a position of having a very fast Ginetta buzzing around in them.
Hello there.
Hey bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
Really worried that I can't actually see this Ginetta a lot of the time. I don't really know where he is.
A pleasant distraction from the occasional flashes of roll hoop that I was seeing in the mirrors was the sight of Richard Hayes' rapid Toyota Celica out of the windscreen. Richard was occupying 4th place, my ultimate target, the best that I had hoped to achieve. I was right with him. Like any high-performance athlete, I knew that concentration was the key.
Oh, Toyota. Please stay wide, 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 please stay wide. Thank you. Where are you going, sir? That's not where the track goes.
From the first of the XK8s that sits behind. There's also a little fight going on, which is going to be Mike Seaborn at the wheel of his Jaguar XJS under big pressure from the Toyota Celica of Richard Hayes, who's trying to get the place back. So Jack's gone up to 4th, the Toyota's dropped down into 5th. Richard Hayes ideally wants to get himself right onto the coattails of that XJS.
At this point, I can say that I was genuinely proud of my drive. Was I on top of the car yet? Absolutely not. But I was banging out low 1-minute 6s, which is really strong pace. And the only cars ahead of me were the super-powered ones. I was in 4th. Oh, wait, hang on, he's done me back.
There we go, Hayes up the inside into Cops Corner. Well, the Jag then managed to power back on the exit. They're watched very, very...
Woohoo! Where are you, sir? I actually can't see him. Oh, he's there. Okay. I can't see the Toyota. I can't see anything in these mirrors.
Visibility concerns aside, the race situation was now remarkably stable. The Toyota and the Ginetta had both pitted out from behind me, and I should explain, this is a pit stop race. It's 40 minutes, 1 mandatory pit stop, and you can elect to change drivers at the pit stop, which is what we'd be doing. I would be handing over to Guy Connew, a very experienced V12 peddler who's not too shabby behind the wheel of an XJS. And we were sitting rather pretty. Guy had a good position to pick up from, and with the other cars having pitted, everything was calm and smooth out on track. Only an absolute dipstick could throw this away now.
I'll break myself. Shit.
So what exactly happened there then? Well, it would be remiss of me not to open the Racing Driver's Book of Excuses, though I do have at least enough self-awareness to recognise that ultimately what happened is that I just threw the thing into the gravel trap at Copse. But there are factors as to why for 17 laps in a row I didn't do that, and then on this lap I did.
Money no object. Get me in a Tuscan.
So as I'm barrelling along the pit straight at Silverstone here, waxing lyrical about my favourite TVRs, the boys are hanging a pit board over the pit wall, although we don't actually have a pit board. Because preparation is so important, we didn't take one. Instead, me and Guy grabbed the brightest coloured thing we could find, which was the box that you get a steering wheel in. And steering wheels look like they're a decent size when you're sat in front of them. They're actually not that big, and the boxes they come in are not that visible. And at this moment here, as I am looking at the pit wall, observing and acknowledging my pit board, I'm already a very great distance into where my braking zone would be for Copse. And to be frank, by the time I've looked at the pit wall, I'm in trouble already. And the result was inevitable.
I'll break myself.
It's Stuart Dayburn's pit pit stop as we got one off and into the gravel, I'm afraid, at Copse, and it's Mike Seaborn that's gone into the gravel trap at Copse Corner.
I just want to end by saying that I am so grateful to Swallows and to Simon for putting me in drives at Silverstone. Simon, I'm really sorry, dude, but at the very least I hope that the driveway's looking a little bit better with all that fresh gravel on it. And Guy, I am so sorry, and I owe you a drive, buddy. Not my finest moment.